So the other day, I finished House of Leaves. It was recommended to me forever ago by one of my brothers, and I finally got to reading it. It was really interesting. It's more intimidating than, or it's less intimidating than it looks, because just to kind of, let's see, yeah. It's yeah. So the main story has a book written by this guy named Zampano, who has been writing about the Navidson reports. And the Navidson reports is this footage that was released that's kind of like Paranormal Activity style. They had cameras all over the house, like they had just moved. The husband, Will, works as a photographer, photojournalist, and he's trying to stay home to help fix his marriage and his family, and they moved to like try to just fresh start, all that stuff. And so they put cameras all over the house to kind of record it. And as we know, you're not supposed to record things because that's when things want to happen. And that's when these random creepy hallways start to appear. And that's the interesting part of the book for me. So all of that story and all of Zampano's notes are what make the story for me. Like you'll see, like it's all, like you get footnotes and things. So you have the story up in here, and then you've got footnotes to like random books, random interviews. You know, sometimes I think it's fake, made up for the book. But I think there are some real things in there too. But yeah, so you have that. And then you were also following this guy. Like those two things made a really interesting, good book for me. Now, in this book also, you are following this guy named Johnny Trout. I want to say Trout. It's not Trout. But we are also following him at the same time, who also adds to the footnotes. Do I have? I might not have. I might not quickly have. But yeah, also mixed into the footnotes, this guy, Johnny, starts rambling about his day-to-day life. And he's an unreliable narrator, which is frustrating for me because like, why am I reading this then if it doesn't mean anything? So we get a lot of his day-to-day life, him, you know, screwballing around at work, being late, random sexual encounters, which would be fine, but I don't know, I don't know if they're actually consensual. We don't know because he's an unreliable narrator. But the only thing that makes his part interesting is that he does have these random moments as he goes through Zampano's thing. Like he's kind of connected. Like the story, the notes has this effect on him. And that's the interesting part to it. But there's not a lot of that. And we don't get any answers at the end of it, really. There are pets in this book. But the family, I believe the pets come out okay. The reason that is very vague like that is because suddenly they just are mentioned. Like the cat suddenly has disappeared, and then like that part's been mentioned, and suddenly no one talks about the dog anymore. But there's things in the book where I think I can safely believe that the pets are okay. They just took off somewhere. But otherwise, yeah, it was a very interesting book. less intimidating than it looks. Like seriously, there's lots. I did skim through a lot of the footnotes are just so rambly. Like I couldn't, like, where is it? I don't know. And there's this interesting thing with the word house. Let me see if I can get one into the camera. Let's see, house, where are you? Ah, yeah, see right there. They're blue. Any house in the book is blue. I think that's because it's intended to be a link. The story supposedly had been online first, so I'm thinking it's probably a link to a picture. Since it says house, maybe it's a picture of a, I would say it's a picture of a house. I know. But yeah, I could do without the Johnny part. He took on the rock and roll life, drinking, smoking, you know, trying to make his life go away, and I didn't really need that. But good book, worth a read. But I wouldn't really say that it's a spooky book. It was definitely interesting, but I was able to read it easily at night before going to bed. I would say, if anything, it'd be more like a cosmic horror, like Lovecraft, because I don't know, so far I haven't found him spooky. Just like, oh, odd occurrence, okay. You know, and there's like some explanation to it, but like, how did it get here? What is it doing? So yeah, it won't take as long as it looks, but it still took a minute. Yeah, on to the next book. Are you still here? Oh, cool. Since you're here, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Boost my ego. Thank you.